Yo, what's going on guys, it is Ethan Federman here today, and we're going to continue What If Deku Had the Speed Force Part 2. So, where we last left off, the doctors named Deku's quirk Speed Force. And this was on the same day he came out of the hospital, so they do a couple tests on him to see what his quirk can actually do. So they get Deku on a super a Cisco treadmill, like the treadmill in Star Labs. So they get him on it and it's like, okay, when you're ready to run, just run. So Deku starts walking, jogging, and then off he goes. And he starts running, and the treadmill and the speed that he's clocking is like 750 miles an hour. That's his day one speed he can take. Or let's say about 400. Okay, no. 750 is not his day one. That's like day four. But this is day one. So his top speed right now is 350 miles an hour. Even to Ida, that is very fucking fast. So they keep doing tests. So they test Deku's speed, strength. His strength is normal, like the normal it is for whatever how old he is. But if he combines it with his speed, he can easily punch really hard. So he throws a couple punches normally, throwing at his hardest, and the doctor's like, okay, try to use your speed. My bird's going off. So they're like, use your speed to punch it, and he's like, okay. So he goes, and lightning, the Speed Force lightning flickers through his eyes, and he goes, bang, and hits the thing as hard as he can with just only a little bit of his speed, and the machine actually moves back like half a meter. So the dog's like, okay, damn, and they get Deku. That was like a couple, let's say about 3 days of just testing his powers, and that even the doctors were like, kid, if you train your quirk if you train your quirk very hard, you can be very powerful. You can be so much strong as All Might. And Deku was like, really? I'm going to do that. I'm going to train my quirk as hard as I can and go plus ultra. So they get let out of the hospital, so they're done with all their testing, and Deku gets on a new diet because he needs to eat a shit ton of food for a fuck ton of calories. But let's just say that I'm just gonna put this in for plot convenience. So the doctors gave Izuku like 50,000 calorie bars and foods and that, so Deku can just like eat that and he'll be fine. So now that's out the way. Now the food's out the way. So this is like second week. So there's 2 more weeks until the entrance exam, and Deku can his fastest speed now is like 700 miles. So it's like around 700 miles an hour or kilometers an hour. Because I live in Australia, so we say kilometers. So if I say miles, just know that it's kilometers. So his fastest speed at this point after 2 weeks is like 700 kilometers. 700 and it's around 700 to 750 kilometers. So just a bit under the speed of sound. So Deku knows like the first couple like the beginning of his first week of getting his powers, he accidentally hit a wall while running, and so his mom was there like cuz he was thinking about stuff while he was running just throughout the city and that. And all they see is a red blur and yes, his speed is okay. Just to say this, Deku's lightning color is still going to be orange, or it starts off as a bright yellowish and then it gets to like a deep orange. So right now it's kind of like Kid Flash's speed with the lightning color. So they see like a blur just zipping around everywhere, and he got a call from his mum. So Deku's running down here, and he got his call from his mum. So Deku's like over here, and his mum is like over here calling him, and she's like, "I need you to meet me here." And basically in like 2 seconds, Deku's there, but he didn't forget how to stop. He just forgot to stop. So he just went and hit the wall and like fractured his wrist, out like his arm, and broke. So he basically broke the hell out of his arm. So and he was like, "Hey, mom," and Inko was like, "Oh my god, Izuku, we need to go to the hospital. How's it like?" Actually, no, she doesn't. She's like, "Oh my god, Izuku, what did you do?" He's like, "I hit the wall. I forgot to stop. I think I broke my arm." And like, while it takes them about 2 hours to get there, so Deku is just sitting in the car, just with a DIY sling that his mom made. So he's just staying there, and when he gets to, like, as soon as they get to the hospital, Deku is just like, he goes, Mom," and she's like, "Yes, son," and he goes like this, and she's like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "It's fine, it doesn't hurt," and she's like, "How? Do you have super healing? Was it speed healing?" And he's like, "I think I do. I think I have like super healing." And Inko's like, well, "Okay, now that's a that makes me less worried, but still gonna worry me." So now it is the day of the entrance exam. So unlike my last what if, which was Deku, what if Deku stayed quirkless? Deku is not going to have a harem in this because that's just too much. I don't want a lot of my what ifs to make Deku have a harem. So there's only going to be one ship in this what if. So I want all of you to tell me who Deku should be shipped with, because one person, I'm not going to give him a harem. So yeah, so I'm not going to give Deku a harem. So I'm just forewarning you. Um, Now let's continue on the story. So Deku is walking to UA. So he starts walking and he sees a girl about to trip. Actually, no, Baka goes behind him. Like he's like, that green hair of, and like he's like, that green hair reminds me of Deku. And like as soon as he said Deku, the girl starts to trip, and Izuku just speeds over there and catches her. And Baku's like, "What the fuck happened?" And he's like, when did Deku get when did he get a quirk?" And he runs over to Deku. He's like, "Oi, Deku!" Like he doesn't say it angry. He's like, "Deku, is that you?" And he's like, "Kachan," and he's like, "It's when did you get out of a coma? When did you get out of a hospital?" And Deku's like, "Oh, about a month ago." He's like, "Why didn't you tell me?" He's like, I'm sorry, Kachan. I didn't think that you would care that I didn't think that you would care if I was out of the hospital or not." And he was like, "Well, you should have told me. We're friends." And Deku was like pushed back by this. He's like, um, he's literally lost for words. So he's just standing there like, uh, uh, um, okay, Kachan. And Bakugo walks off to get into the classes, and Deku's just like, when did Kachan start being nice to me? And the girl is obviously Uraraka, so she's like, "Oh, thank you for helping me not fall." And Deku was just like, "Oh yeah, anytime." And she's like, "What is your quirk?" Uh, my quirk is Speed Force. And she's like, "Oh, what does your quirk do?" And Deku was just like, "It's actually a lot to explain. My name's Izuku Midoriya, and what's yours?" And she goes, "My name is Ochako Uraraka." This is where I'm going to leave the what if story off. Next part is going to be where they do the theory and practical, and I need a little talk, okay? So when I started doing my what ifs, I thought I was just what I wanted to do was just to do one story at a time. But I'm getting some comments that like do this what if. So should I do multiple stories at once? Like, so this what if Deku had the Speed Force, and I'll do another what if story. So the three is stayed quirkless, the Speed Force, and one of your choosing. So please let me know what other what if story you would want me to make. This is the end of the video, so if you like the video, leave a like, comment on the video, subscribe, turn the notification bell on, stay golden.